All right, what is up? I am like 45 minutes late because I just got into a little bubble here and ended up totally losing track of time. But as promised on the Facebook group yesterday, I'm gonna jump on this live. So let's see. We'll wait for people to come on. All right, let me see here. Most recent. Okay, so what's up, guys? All right, so as I promised yesterday, doing the live today. I know it was supposed to start 45 minutes ago, but I was working on our new website, and I kind of got sidetracked there. Let me show you guys real quick while we wait for people to come on what this new website is gonna look like. Let me flip my camera. Here we go. This is super exciting. All right, so this is the back end of it, obviously, but this is what the new website's going to look like. We're still going to change these images up, obviously, to have them a little more in line with what we have right now. But it is going to be so much more user-friendly, so much faster. As you can see, the website speed doesn't even compare to the other one. Yeah, all the videos aren't uploaded yet and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot more fun and easy to work through. So yeah, that's what I was working on. So that's really, really exciting. Let me see if this link is live yet. Yeah. So anyway, so that's why I'm late. I got caught up with this. But anyway, for today's live, if you go into the Facebook group, I'm going to be answering the questions that came up on this post here. Okay, and the way to find that post, as always, is going to be to click that little search icon at the top of the Facebook group, and you're just going to type in 10.6. All right, here we go. And, oh, sorry about that. I actually got to, let me try that again. 10.6. That should lead to the post. What is going on here? Oh, here it is. All right. So you just click on this post here. All right. And there it is. 10.621, right? So you can ask your questions on this post here, and I'll be going through them in order. That way everyone gets their questions answered. It looks like there weren't too many questions on this one, so this might be a rather quick live, but let's jump right into this then. All right, let me see. Let me sort this by most recent. All right, so the first question I have here is from, let me see, 4 hours. There we go. All right, from Kyle Barnett. What's the best diet plan to go with? You talk about food service, but I also want something that's cost efficient for myself, my wife, and 2 daughters, 4 and 11 months. That's amazing, man. Great question. I know the meal prep service does get expensive, and it is definitely an option that's more for those of you guys who are in a bit of a time crunch and have the financial means to have someone cook for you. I know Icon Meals isn't necessarily the cheapest, so the cheapest way is obviously going to be to prepare your own meals, right? And if you don't know where to start with that, I have the cooking videos for you. Let me go. Let me see if they're in the new site yet. If not, I'll show you on the old site. The path is the same. You're going to go under nutrition. You're going to go to cooking with Fabian. So this is the new site, like I mentioned. But yeah, and then you can literally pick a breakfast options, lunch options, or dinner options. And so let's say I want to make a turkey slider. I'm going to click into that, and here I have a recipe, your ingredients, and then if you watch the video, it gives you a complete breakdown of how to make these turkey sliders. So what you would do from there is you would just go into your calorie calculator, make sure you get the right amounts of food for these turkey sliders, and to match your macros, and then from there you can meal prep. You can cook and then you can meal prep, right? So let's say you have yourself, your wife, and your 2 daughters. One of them is 11 months old, so she's probably not gonna eat that, but the 4-year-old one would. So what you would do is you would make your, your 3 sliders, and then let's say you want to prepare this for tomorrow for lunch as well, and the day after that for lunch. So you would just make 5 sliders, right? 1 for dinner for you and your family, 1 for your next day lunch, and 1 for the lunch after that. Now effectively you've cooked 3 meals in one session, and you've saved a ton of money by doing that, and you're able to stick with your diet. So that's usually what I would recommend in terms of making diet possible and making it possible for you to stick with your diet and being cost effective at the same time. It looks like Tim jumped on it and you guys had a bit of a discussion there, so that's awesome. But yeah, no, that's the way I would recommend. Next question from Dave Hendricks. Fabian, any plans on just arm program like the ab program? That's a really good question. So right now, for most of the programs, I have you do shoulders and arms, and then when we get to Beast Nation, I have you do back and triceps and chest and biceps, right? The reason why we're mixing that up is because whenever you pull, so when you're doing back, you're already working your bicep a little bit, so I'm going into that tricep after to allow yourself to train those arms twice a week. Now, in terms of creating a specialty arm program, that is something that we are potentially going to do down the line. And that wouldn't just be for arms. Let's say you want to add an extra chest day, or add an extra back day, or add an extra arm day, or bicep day, or bicep blast, or something like that. Eventually, we are thinking about building out a muscle-specific library where you can pick and choose and kind of create your own workouts. But we're still working our way to that. That's probably not going to be until maybe mid next year or something like that, because I have some other programs I'm working on in the meantime. But yeah, that is something that will be coming out eventually. I just can't give a timeline on that yet. But really great question, Dave. And that's definitely something that we discussed a few months back, because I know that there's a dire desire to see something like that, right? And it's going to be really cool for you to be able to kind of customize your weeks. Great question. Question from Nick Miller. Currently in week 11 of Beast Abs, what's the recommendation after finishing week 12? Start again from week 1 or repeat week 6 to 12? Going back to week 1 kind of feels like moving backward. Excuse me. So Tim answered the question. Tim is crushing. He's jumping on all the questions here. But yeah, you could jump back onto week 1. It's not necessarily taking a step back because the workouts are still intense. Or you can just pick and choose your favorite weeks, or you can do from week 6 into week 12. It doesn't really matter, because your abs aren't necessarily going to remember the work you did, especially if you repeat it after 12 weeks, which is 3 months of diverse trainings. It wouldn't necessarily be going back. And on top of that, you're going to have a better understanding of that workout because you've done it before, and you're going to be able to and you're going to be stronger. So you're going to be able to contract your abs harder. You're going to be able to hold the positions longer. And you're going to be able to do the exercises in a lot more controlled manner. So even though you're going back to week 1, the workouts could potentially be a lot more intense, because again, although you're going back, you are now actually able to execute the exercises with a lot more control, and really digging into that breath work, drawing that navel into your spine for the entire time that you're doing the workout and things like that. So that's what I would recommend. I would recommend going back to day 1, back to week 1, starting over there, and then just making sure you're sticking to the workout 100%, really digging in digging in hard, focusing on that full contraction, and really pushing yourself to that next level. And what you could even do is you could even do the workout twice, right? Once intense, and then the second time you kind of do as much as you can to keep that intensity high. Great question, Nick. Another question from Dave. Hey Fabian, I struggle doing pull-ups. I know they don't work on those. I know we don't work on any of those in the program, but do you have any tips on helping me do more pull-ups? Great question, Dave. So, this is going to be once the dumbbell program launches later this year, it's something you're going to see. And what I suggest doing is actually taking your resistance band. So, when you have I might be able to show you in the, this might take me a second to get to, but I can give you a little preview of the dumbbell program. And I'm actually explaining it in there. And that's going to make it a lot easier for me to kind of give you a breakdown of what I'm talking about. Let me see here. Let me flip my camera. So you guys don't have access to this yet because this is week 7, but there's still some production being done. So we should, around November, we should be able to drop these, but let's see. Okay. Coming down, that's 2, here we go. Neutral chest supported row. Let's see. Okay, so as you can see here, let me blow this up actually. There we go, that might be better. Okay, lateral row. Okay, so I'm about to do these wide pull-ups here. So as you can see, I secured my resistance band with that pull-up station here. Let me turn this volume down. I secured my resistance bands against that pull-up station here, and then I'm stepping into it right here, right? So even though I may not be able to do a full pull-up using my body weight, this alleviates some of the weight. So using that resistance band to help you come up, and again, this green band goes up to 150 pounds. So it's gonna take off quite a bit of weight, right? So that's gonna allow you to really learn starting to do pull-ups, and eventually you'd go to the lighter band and the lighter band and the lighter band. You can also step on a stepping stool instead. You can see right here I have a stepping stool. You can step on a stepping stool instead and kind of put as little weight on that stepping stool as possible and as much weight into your lats as possible, right? But that's going to be a great way for you to get better at doing pull-ups, and eventually you'd be able to take away the band completely and do pull-ups on your own. But yeah, this is the dumbbell program that's going to be dropping. Let me see. Pretty sick, eh? So it's going to be dropping in 2 phases, phase 1 and 2. Each of the phases are going to be 6 weeks long. But yeah, we're going to be dropping that November-ish, because right now the plan is to finish off this website so we can launch 5 rounds with Ty along with this website, along with the new website, and then from there go into the dumbbell program. But yeah, great question, and that is how I would go about learning to do pull-ups. All right, let's go back to, here we go. All right, let's go back to the Facebook post here. Next question from James Stratton. This is the best meeting we've ever had. I don't remember. Which episode is that from? I feel like, which episode is that one for? Kevin says that. I can't remember right now. Dang. Is it the one where he hires a stripper? No, it's not. I can't remember. But yeah, no, that's funny. Let's see. Brian. New here, do you recommend doing any cardio outside of Basement Beast programs, such as running outside or the treadmill? Yes, so if you love doing, I actually wrote a Zendesk article for that. Zendesk is kind of your little knowledge base. So let me go to that. Let me see. How do I go there? Help desk, right? Help desk. basementbeast.com. Let me flip my camera again. So whenever you have a question like that, you can always click down here, contact our team, or you can obviously always email us. But you can type it in here. So extra cardio, right? That's what you were asking. What if I love running? Can I do extra cardio? And here's your answer, right? Of course I can. Being obese is not about stopping your lifestyle. It's about learning how to incorporate an all-around healthy lifestyle into your day-to-day. So if you love running, hiking, playing baseball, soccer, whatever it is, I want you to keep doing that, right? So the best way to go about doing this is just to make sure that you don't wear yourself out too much doing outside cardio to the point where you can't do your actual workouts, right? So if you're able to stick with your workouts, you're able to give it 100% and do cardio, cardio, then I'm all for it. It's only going to be good for you. Running is a little bit iffy on your knees, so make sure you get good shoes if you're going running outside, right? Because we don't want to have that much impact on your knees or on your joints in general. But yeah, it's all about being able to continue to live the lifestyle that you want to live while making the transformation that you want to make and making the gains that you want to make. So 100% you can keep doing that. I'll actually copy and paste this Zendesk article for you so that you can, I gotta sign out. Let me sign out, and then here we go. Let me see if that works. There we go. All right. That way you can, here we go. That way you can read through it later. So I'm going to put it under your, Tim, you're crushing it, man. You're responding to all of these. Right on. Okay. Question from Maxime. Hey, Fabian. Why when I do pec with bands, I never really feel it in my pecs. I feel it more in my arms. I try to use the lowest band to check the form. And even with heaviest one, it's doesn't work for me. Can you give me some information about what I'm probably doing wrong? Thanks from Quebec. That's awesome. What's up? Canada in the house. So great question, Maxime. So when you're doing these band flies, right, like you mentioned, form is very, very important. Now, if you're feeling it more in your arms, you're probably talking about your biceps. That doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong here, right? So when we're doing these flies, we're taking a resistance band behind our back and we're bringing it forward, drawing our shoulder blades together to really engage our pecs, squeezing our pecs, squeezing, and then holding it there and then coming back, opening up, drawing those shoulder blades back apart. Drawing those shoulder blades together, allowing our shoulders to stretch, and then coming back forward, back for that squeeze right now. That is going to tax your biceps as well. So if you're feeling it more in your biceps and your pecs, don't worry. If your form is proper, then there's nothing wrong with you feeling it in your biceps more. It simply means that your biceps have some catching up to do, and they will. So stay motivated, keep crushing it, keep doing those workouts with the proper form, and what you're going to see very soon is that your arms aren't going to be sore anymore, and you are really going to feel it in your chest, okay? Now, if you want to replace some of those band flies with push-ups or something like that, something that you're feeling in your chest more, that is 100% okay. Just make sure you do still incorporate some of those band flies, because again, the goal is for your arms to be able to catch up to where you are able to do those band flies and really feel it in your pecs. Another great pointer here is to, as you're coming in forward, kind of rotate that elbow in a little bit, allowing yourself to really engage those pecs. So I'm not keeping my arms like this, I'm bringing my elbow in like that to engage those pecs. But I call all that out during the workout videos. So just do your best to follow along, and again, stay motivated, keep crushing it, and eventually your arms will catch up to the point where you're really able to push that work into the chest, okay? Question from Tim. Any plans to do dual workouts with Amber, quality time with girlfriend, bro? Yeah, so actually, great question. So that's actually the program I'm working on right now, Lean 14. I'm working on two versions of that. One version is going to be myself, and that's going to be, taking you through that 14-day extreme, insane workout program where you're just shedding as much fat as possible. And another version of that is going to be with Amber by my side, so that if you're working out with your significant other can join along. And then down the line, we are looking at building out a women's program, and I was planning to use my mom for that. However, she has some knee problems, so it is going to be a little bit tricky for her. So we are... sorry, my partnerships. So I am probably going to use her for that instead. So that's going to be some fun workouts coming out soon as well. All right, let me refresh this post on the Facebook group. So whenever I do the Instagram lives, I've noticed that we don't get as much traction on the questions as I do with the Facebook posts. So I might just keep doing it as I do with the Facebook live. So I might just keep doing them within the Facebook group. Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like most of these were answered. Let me sort by most recent. All right, our program. Fabian. All right, awesome. So we went through all of these questions actually. So I'll just give you guys some updates. So I am going to be putting a post on the Facebook group after this live, because like I said, our new website here is almost ready, which also means that we are going to be dropping 5 rounds with Ty shortly. We hit it from this website for now, but what I am going to ask for is I'm going to ask for a couple of volunteers. So for those of you guys that kind of want to help us out here, test out this new website, I am going to put out a post on the Facebook group, okay? And basically what you're going to do is you're going to submit your name and the email that you used for sign up, and we're going to give you early access to this website so you can start playing with it, see what you like and what you don't like on this website, and see what your feedback is, because ultimately we are building these sites out for you, right? So that's a little update there. Another update I have for you guys is our supplements. We are, one second, let me load this up with our designer. So we are going to be dropping new labels. So these are going to be the new labels on our supplements. So that's going to be really exciting. We should be having these live within about 2 weeks here. Our attorney reviewed these, so everything's good to go there. Just waiting on getting the final AI files back so I can send them over to our manufacturer and have them printed on our new batches. But yeah, that's really exciting. Other than that, obviously the timeline, like I mentioned, we are gonna look to drop 5 rounds with Ty around the 20th of this month, and I know that puts us about 30 days behind a schedule, but like I said, the website just took longer than we thought, but now with kind of us putting the final touches on things there, we should be almost ready to go. And yeah, the new supplement labels are going to be dropping after that. And then we have the Dumbbell Program Phase 1 that's going to be dropping towards the end of November. And then Phase 2 of the Dumbbell Program is going to be dropping in January. And then after that, Lean 14 is going to be dropping in January as well. So those are going to be the upcoming programs. And I think that is it. If you guys have any more questions, let me go through the actual chat here to see if we have anything here. I know I was just going through the Facebook group questions. I've been having this giant zit here. It's like bothering me. I'm supposed to film some intro videos for the individual programs today, but I might wait till tomorrow so that this thing like goes away. All right, let's see here. See all the people that joined. I'm trying to find any comments. Let's see. What's up, Ryan? What's up, James? Let's see. All right. I go under in 2 weeks for reconstructive shoulder surgery, AC joint, rotator cuff, and bicep tendon. Damn. What's the best way to continue training while I can't use my right shoulder for about 6 weeks? It's gonna be the best guidance for you on that is gonna be your doctor. You can probably keep training legs and abs, but I would stay away from even doing back and anything that's really gonna involve your right, not just shoulder but arm, right? So I know it's not the answer you want to hear. I know none of us want to take time away from working out, but sometimes you have to give your body the time to heal, because 6 weeks it's gonna fly by. You have your lifetime to be healthy and work out. You want to make sure that you give your body the time it needs to heal. So I would yield with the advice that the doctor gives you, because he or she, is gonna have your best interest in mind, and he or she is the one doing the surgery. So they'll know how your body's going to be able to heal and what exactly it's going to take for your body to heal at its best. Because the last thing you want is to go through the surgery, not let it heal properly, injure yourself again, and have to do another surgery, right? So follow your doctor's advice 100%. I know it's not the answer you want to hear, but it's the best thing you can do. Doing my best to help with the questions. It's all about community. Yes, it is, man. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I see you so active on the Facebook group all the time. That's really awesome, Tim. Thank you. All right, guys. Since we went through all the questions, I'll do another Facebook Live. I'll do it on Facebook again because it just seems like we get way more engagement on the Facebook group. So I'll do it on Facebook again next Wednesday. Let me double check my calendar before I say that. Let me see here. Next Wednesday. Yeah, so I'll be doing it at the same time again next Wednesday. This time it's going to be on the Facebook group, like I said, and I'll be putting out the same post so you guys can answer your questions on the Facebook group, and we'll be going through them. In the meantime, make sure you keep an eye out for that post that I'm going to put up for those of you guys that want to kind of beta test the new website. Yeah, keep an eye out for 5 rounds with Ty finally dropping in about a week and a half. All right, guys, thanks so much. Have a good day. Peace out. Aloha.